Hey everyone, guess what? We're here with John, Carlos, and Ian from Psalm, Psalm, as if there's another way to spell that shit. There probably is, and I'm just dumb. But they have a new EP coming out July 15th. This will probably go live right after it goes live. So make sure you go check out the new EP, In Darkness Have Mercy. So again, gentlemen, thank you very much for taking time out of your night to come chit chat with little old me.
Thank you for having us, man.
Thanks
It's a
for having us,
pleasure.
man.
Hell yeah. First, let's get this out of the way. Ian, how was that whole run with Sonolith to Maryland Doom?
Awesome, man. Great times. We all enjoyed ourselves. Got to play a lot of cool shows. Met a lot of cool people. Got to meet you. Second time, but we got to hang out this time
Yeah.
instead of 2 seconds in Vegas. But
Yeah.
no, Kentucky was beautiful. We had a day off in Kentucky. We went to a bunch of bourbon distilleries and tried some bourbon and just enjoyed the East Coast, man. We really enjoyed ourselves. It was great.
Fuck yeah. Well, hopefully we can get you guys back out here sooner rather than later. Because I know when you guys played Portal, like I don't know. I talked to half a dozen people and they were like, "Holy fuck, they're so good." I'm like, "Yes, this is why I was like, get them on the fucking bill."
Thanks for having
So
us again, man. That was great in Portal. We had a good time in Louisville, man.
yeah, those dudes, the Portal guys are super cool. They're
Yes,
like they're like family, and they support the community. And it honestly, it's my favorite fucking venue.
I can
It's
see
just
why, dude. It was great. It was very
hell
much, very a
yeah,
lot of good vibes and hospitality. We're really grateful to be so far home and feel them. So we appreciated that.
hell yeah, dude. Well, good. I'm glad we were able to like do that for you
It was great.
guys. Okay, now on to our
How's
regularly scheduled program. God, I'm fucking not talking very good today. So, let's jump right into like In Darkness Have Mercy. Like, what was that like writing that like?
I mean,
luckily this guy wrote a lot of
yeah.
those songs, so I'm gonna leave it to him.
Well, I mean, it was in a time where the band was kind of honestly in a decline. There was members leaving, coming in, practices not getting fulfilled. And honestly, I was in another band at the time, so I was also getting distracted. So, but at the same time, I was also putting my for sure foot in song and making sure that everything was taken care of and the songs were still getting written. All the songs from Misery to I believe Blessed was already written too. Those songs came with the old lineup. And yeah, we were very influenced by like early Trouble, maybe like some like older Doom, but trying to give our freshness and our little twist on it as well. And then once I joined with these guys, we fully pushed our own little footprint on it, our own thumbprint on it, and give our own DNA to put on the new kind of sound that we have because it's completely different from when I wrote it in the beginning. All the songs have a new energy, a new spirit. And when I listen to demos I had with that lineup, I'm like, oh my God, the song even sounds completely different. Because I mean, Carlos on guitar, I've known him for since high school, no, middle school, so we've gone back for years. And he's one of the best guitar players I've ever played with. And I've only known him for a year, Mr. Ian here, and he's by far the best drummer I've ever played with also, so it's like having these players really, they're the ones who really have made this album shine, couldn't do
For
it without
sure.
them.
Yeah, it's it really changes like the whole dynamic of a band. I guess first when you like feel like okay, our fucking lineup is solid and everyone kind of has this mutual respect for everyone, it's like okay, we could take this somewhere. Let's do this. All right, cool, like you guys, I guess that this lineup obviously hasn't been together that long, but you guys have, I feel like accomplished, quite a bit. I mean, the band itself is what, like right around since like the pandemic and all that shit.
Yeah, we started in January 5th was our first jam in 2020. And I remember we jammed for a good amount of practice until like March. And then that's when everything in California, because that's where I was living at the time, just shut down. Everything shut down. Members got scared, so we're all like on a little bit of a let's take a little bit of a let's see where this goes, take it day by day. And yeah, I remember we kind of like snuck to little like friends' houses that had garages. We had like miniature practices. We got songwriting in for the first EP that way, just going into little garages and friends' houses. Like, oh, that sounds good. Let's record this on the phone, and then we go. When we get a studio, we'll put it back together then. And just stuff like that is what helped build the band up. It's wild
Yeah.
times.
That pandemic, like I think there were bands that like came out of it stronger, and there were bands that it absolutely destroyed.
Oh
And
yeah.
I hate to say, like, the reality is like the bands that it destroyed, I feel like maybe there was already a fracture in there somewhere that,
Sure, definitely.
they're
Hey,
like,
I was in one of them.
yeah,
I was in one of those that fractured away during that pandemic. It kind of just gave us the excuse to, you know what? Maybe there's the time to just clean cut. And that's
yeah,
exactly what not a lot of those bands, including one of mine, sadly did.
yeah. I mean, such is life though, right? Like,
Hey,
some
yeah.
things some things come, some things go. You've got that like ebb and flow, and when you lose something, it just makes room for something else that could potentially be fucking awesome.
Definitely, man. Like Psalm was that band I always wanted to push forward since the pandemic and never got it right with lineups until now. These guys, like I said, they're everything, man. They're my backbone. I could trust them 100%. And I didn't have that in this band before. And I had it with other bands where I felt stable, but I've never felt this stable with a band. I've never felt this stable with this band, if that makes sense. You get me?
For sure.
Mm.
Yeah, again, right? Like it goes back to that like relationship and that respect you have in the band. Like when you have that, it gives you the faith to really, say, fucking, let's take it wherever the hell we can.
After we recorded In Darkness Have Mercy, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for the album. I can't wait till we keep going, man. We're done already, you know? It was
Yeah,
that exact feeling. Yeah, like, oh man, the sky's the limit feeling, like you said.
that's super fucking cool. So, I the question I'm gonna ask is, are you guys putting out physical media, or is this digital only?
At the moment it's digital, but we are working on vinyl and CD literally right now.
Yeah.
So we should see some physical media in the work soon. Hopefully by the show we have on the 9th in August, we should have some merch, definitely some shirts made for that.
Hell yeah. That's fucking dope. Yeah, so
We'll save you
like,
one.
yeah, cool. Uh, Obviously I fucking wear shit.
Yeah.
So with, like, if you're working on vinyl, are you doing like special colored vinyl?
At the moment, since it's our first time, we're kind of seeing where we could actually just get it done first. But if we could, I would love to because I love how the splatter looks, especially when it matches the album cover. It's a big impact. So that's definitely something we would love to do,
I'll
honestly.
I'll
Get
send you
splatter.
my guy.
Oh,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah,
Thank
we're
you,
looking
man.
into that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, we actually just like we just went through probably like three or four different like pressing plants that have given, for one thing or another, give it like, I'm sorry, we're going to be delayed. And this dude, he's done a couple, and so I think we've got like five projects with him right now.
Awesome, man. Wow.
Awesome, dude.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
again,
definitely.
man.
Send us information.
We'll definitely, just give us some requests on what color you'd like.
Oh shit. I Look, I'll tell you, it's got to match the cover.
Okay,
Whatever
hey,
you fucking
but
do, it's got to
cool.
match the
Like
cover.
mine, then, man. Like mine,
Yeah.
so definitely be there.
It's like, so I look at vinyl. Are you guys familiar with Pelagic Records?
I haven't.
No.
Okay, so Pelagic Records, they predominantly do like post rock or post metal, things like that. They're based out of, I'm gonna get this fucking wrong, and I'm really sorry, Pelagic. They're based out of like Sweden or somewhere like over there. And they're when they do vinyl, dude, it is a fucking event. Like every vinyl they do, you get it. The whole packaging is it's like
Uh,
gorgeous and the
That's
freaking
awesome.
that's beautiful.
dude. Yeah, they're
Uh,
super super dope. Like I don't even know how many like Pelagic records I actually have, but man, they're fucking they're fantastic.
they hit the mark though, man. They make that difference, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, they do.
Check
And
that out.
they also have this program where it's like a subscription service. You you can buy in, I don't know if it's like bi-monthly or quarterly or whatever, but you buy into it and right, it charges you whatever that fee is. And they only do like this specific vinyl for the subscription service. Like, so if you're not part of
Oh,
that, you don't fucking get that.
Okay,
damn, that's
special, special.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, those are
Man, that's
super
awesome.
fucking dope. So,
One of a
um,
kind.
yeah, kinda, yeah. So that's something to like. I think a lot of labels are really starting to move towards like modeling something like that because I'm old. I grew up in a time when it was like predominantly like just black wax, and
Yep.
then I think with Sub Pop really came the colored vinyl, which was, that's cool shit. And now they're like, oh, I could do like 6 colors on my vinyl. Fuck yeah. Like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah, pretty
no,
much.
dude.
Definitely, yeah, man.
Yeah. So, Carlos, Ian, what's it like for you guys coming in with these songs, like learning the songs and laying them down? How was that for you guys?
Um, for me, honestly, it was pretty simple. I mean, John and I have been playing together for many, many years. It was just more about bringing it together as we were older. Um, like we have the same style, so it just made it super easy, honestly. I think when I first heard the songs, "Misery" was the first ever song, or yeah, "Misery" was the
Yeah.
first ever song he showed me. Song that was the first song, and I was like, dude, I love it. Let me like shoot me the tab, shoot me the video, whatever you want. Just teach me it, please, now. And it was a fun thing to do because um, John recently moved to Las Vegas at that time. This was like I don't know, like 3 years ago now, right? Like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was like 2 3 years ago now.
And I told him, hey, I'm not doing anything. Like, if you want to continue song, I'll help you write stuff. We'll just, have some fun with it. It wasn't planned to do this big thing, you know? It was literally just like, hey, let's just mess around with it. And members started coming in and it just started evolving, but the songs just started coming in. And especially with like Blessed, that was on the previous EP. We obviously just kind of took it that step further, but hearing it for the first time, I was like, we need to play that song live. We need to play that song live, like now.
Yeah.
So we brought it in. We all started just getting that together. Ian put in his own taste to it. John put in his own taste again on the bass, since he originally wrote that on guitar. And then I just put in my own flavor. We all just kind of came in and put it all together. It was super easy of a process, in my opinion. It was super easy.
It was so organic.
Yeah, it was natural for
Yeah,
sure.
they asked me to join, and then they sent me a big email full of songs, and they were like, "Hey, you do what you do, like play it, and then add your flavor to it."
Yeah.
And these guys are good songwriters, and I'm big about guys who can play. I love good players. Like Sonolith is full of great players and
Yeah.
songwriters, but these guys, their songwriting, it's unique enough to where it caught my attention, and actually being a part of it on the drum set end and adding more rhythmically to it, it elevated the songs to even where I was going home at night going like, okay, that song was already good, but I think now that we can record it, it's going to be great. And when we got into the studio, we just opened for Pentagram the night before and the Whiskey a Go-Go, and that energy and that spike of like, oh man, we just did something great, went into that studio session. So it really was like capturing lightning in a bottle for that weekend, and it showed. I'm very glad everybody who's heard it so far hears that part.
That's super fucking cool. It's I think it's really unique to have that, especially with such a young band to open for a band like Pentagram at the fucking Whiskey. Like, who the fuck doesn't want to do something like that? You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
Exactly. It's like the opportunities come and go, but that's one that I was like, I think we got to do it, guys. Like that would be so wicked just to say we did it.
And it was like perfect time.
Yeah, we were already going to be in town that weekend to record, so it was just like a perfect. One of my best friends from third grade, she came to come see me. Her name's Tamara. and her man Raul came, and
Oh yeah.
a bunch of close friends and family were there, and it was a special moment. So it's like one of those shows I'll take with me to the grave. It's one of the best I ever played.
The alumni
That's
for the
cool.
band actually showed up.
Yeah.
The original bassist and guitar player were in the crowd just rooting us on. We all gathered after the show, like, dude, I'm so proud of you guys
Yeah.
for what you guys are doing now. You know, I'm happy. They're like, we're happy we helped, start up, but we're happier to see what it's evolving towards. And I'm just like, shit, we got the torch passed too, so I love that, man. Everybody's happy. And we had the guitar player jump on stage with us one time in LA. We're trying to get him to come out more, but he's in Cali. We're in Vegas.
He's like, nope, not like I ain't making that trip unless fucking something else is going on too, like
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? We don't want you to waste your gas either. So we'll make it worth his while when we do have another kind of event with him.
But I will say, Misery and Blessed were pretty much written, but the other two songs, Value, the Suffering, and Messiah, they were getting written. Pretty much the skeleton was there, and we kind of, those last two songs, we spent a few months before heading to the studio adding to them. And he came up with the riff with Messiah at practice one day, and we were just all like, that's a cool sounding riff. And he was like, yeah, it's very doomy. And we were like, okay, let's just play on it. And I don't even know how long it took or what. I mean, good songs just come together is what I believe.
Pretty quick.
And
it
came together, and probably after like a month, we played it live, and we really liked how it sounded live, and it just came together. That song's really special. We like that one.
That one is very natural.
yeah, I really like the flow of the whole fucking EP. Because obviously Misery is kind of, it's a solid rocker, dude, that kind of gets you ready for the rest of the album. And Messiah is like, hold on, we're gonna slow it down, but it's gonna it's heavy, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna take this ride, and right back into Value and Blessed. You're like, what in the fuck is going on? Like, I need to have more of this right fucking now. But like, Blessed, I think, is how you end an album. You don't end it on a low, you end it on a high, something that's got a faster pace, because it gets those people wanting more. Like my one of my favorite like album finishers is Dyer's Eve on And Justice for All.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like when that gets done, you're like, okay, start this fucking thing over. I gotta
Yeah.
listen to
Yeah.
it again,
I
So
feel
that-
what you mean.
Agreed.
I think that also makes for like a great set ender too.
Yeah.
Especially, like if you're fucking one of the opening bands, you end with that shit, and everyone else is like, hold on, we got to follow that.
Yeah.
I just thank you.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
I feel that completely.
Yeah, Carlos, that's like, he told me behind closed doors before he even told me. He was like, you're going to go learn Blessed. And I already sent it to you in the email. I said, okay.
One practice, we're just like, hey, we're playing Blast. I'm like, we are? I'm like, okay.
It was funny because when we started the band back up, he was actually on drums, drumming and singing at the same time, and it was just the funniest thing because I wanted to play Blessed since then, and he was like, but I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah.
But I'll try. And we're like, well, give it a try. But then we never did. But then we met Ian at our first show.
Yeah.
At our first show, we met him. And we're like, hey, man, if you're ever interested in jamming, And he's like, hey, just shoot me a message or whatever. And literally, I don't know, like a week later, I was like, hey, man, are you interested in like jamming with us? And then that's when we brought the song in. So it was perfect timing.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
And there's a good friend of mine. His name's Nick. He lives out here in Vegas. He's an elderly guy, but he's a badass old school metalhead. He was at the first Psalm gig I did with him when we opened for Mesa.
Oh, yeah.
And he came up to me and he goes, that second song you played, which was Blessed, he goes, that was my favorite song of the whole night. And I was like, okay. And then I went back to these guys. I'm like, my old friend Nick said that song rules. We're going to close with it at the next gig.
Like, that's a sign, man. That's
So,
a sign.
yeah.
You start moving that one around.
Yeah.
That's like those songs there's a reason why bands end with some of their most popular or strongest songs. Everyone's like, oh, they want us to wait until the end. It's like, no, they want you to fucking want more when you walk out that door.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
100%.
How do you leave them wanting more? You give them what they want right at the end, and you're like, okay, we're done.
I
Hold on.
Pretty much.
And I'm telling you, for our show on the 9th, if you're expecting that, you're gonna get it for sure. You're gonna get like, hey, I want more after this set. Like our set for the ninth is jam packed. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah, we have a lot of
Yeah,
cool songs we're
it's
playing.
jam packed. A lot of new stuff, a lot of surprises there. So it's gonna be cool.
A lot of surprises. They're bringing Frank Zappa from the dead.
I'm sick.
Hey man, don't tell anybody yet.
That's so funny. They did, that last Black Sabbath gig that, they put out the itinerary and the first thing on the thing said Doors, and someone's like, they fucking brought Jim Morrison back from the dead? Like, yes,
I
they
saw
did.
some fake
Just to
on there.
please Ozzy, the fucking Prince of Darkness, dude. Like,
How powerful
come
the
on.
event, man. How
Yeah.
powerful the music was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good shit. So like, who were some of those, like, obviously, right, Trouble and some of the older like Stoner and Doom bands, but more recent, who are some of the bands that you guys really, really like try to take influence from, or that you listen to a lot that you'd like to hit the road with?
Hit the road with, oh man. For
Yeah, the
sure,
hard
influence for
question.
me. A band that's I guess they're kind of popular, I guess like in their I think they're from France originally, but they're called Hangman's Chair. And oh man, I love their sound. They have this deep mix of goth with the doom, and it's very heavy, it's very melodic at times, but also just the grooves that they have. Oh man, it's very unique, especially for the genre. It's very new to me too and fresh because it's you could tell they have influences too because I could see them rapping like Troubleshoot or something on stage, but at the same time, just like it's crazy. They're influenced by the same thing we are, and they have their own take on how it projects in their music. And I love how they accomplish that as well. They pull it off. Really
That's
good
cool. I'm
mix.
gonna have to check them the fuck out. Like,
Oh, their new album is called I think it's called Seduction. Ah, it's beautiful. Nuclear Blast release, man. It sounds really good.
hell yeah. What about you, Carlos?
Um, it's weird because for me, I was actually never like this big Doom person. I grew up more as like metalcore and like death metal. Like some of my biggest influence was always like Decapitated or Death or even things like Killswitch, things of that nature. And when I got into the whole Doom scene with him, that's where he started like kind of teaching me a little more. It's still something like I kind of dive into once in a while. It's not like my big thing. I'll be honest with you, but I think me being so diverse with other types of genres of metal or subgenres, it helps kind of like makes things a little different for sure.
Yeah, I think, a lot of times when artists do that and they venture outside of whatever genre or subgenre they're like focused in, it
Yep.
brings in some really cool elements. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but one of my favorite bands is a band called Spotlights. And they I gotta think, they're maybe like 6 or 7 albums in now.
Okay.
But the all of them have like a common, that when you put it on, you're like, oh, that's Spotlights for sure. But their last album, Alchemy for the Dead, they consciously like listened to a lot of like, I guess, more poppier things. And when you listen, you hear these pop elements, but it's not like a fucking Taylor Swift song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just pulled some really cool elements, and uh, it changed their sound, but I don't I think it changed it in a good way, it just opened them up to an audience that otherwise would might not know about them, you know what I mean?
So
Agreed.
true. Like, that is so true.
So that shit's cool as fuck. Ian, your turn.
Oh man.
I mean, as I used to be like starting with him when I was younger, I was doing death metal, thrash metal, black metal, speed was all I was about. But got into doom metal when I joined a doom metal band called Spiritual Shepherd back in like 2011 after I graduated high school is where I learned about doom from my old friend Sean. And I saw a lot of doom bands and I was like, I don't really get it very much. I won't lie, I was kind of scratching my head at it, but my big brother, who's kind of like the guy who gives me all this extra CDs as a kid, was like, dude, you got to remember a lot of Black Sabbath influence falls into the genre and you love Black Sabbath. And I was like, well, yeah. And he's like, draw on that and go from there. And now that I've been doing this drumming thing with all these different styles of bands I played in particular, when I was writing with these guys, I was listening to a lot of Black Sabbath. Like I really was listening to a lot of Masters of Reality, a lot of Paranoid, Black Sabbath's Black Sabbath. But in general, I kind of wanted to always draw from bands that make me feel good and always give me like a fire of hope that if I put an influence like that into a song, it's going to be a memorable one. So a lot of Led Zeppelin and Pantera for sure as well. So those three bands, because I told that when we sent the EPK out, I was like, those three bands drive me the most to play the way I play and add to a song the way that I feel will elevate a song. Because it's drummers by themselves, the drums can sound like bracket, but with a beautiful melody and a good guitar riff and a solid bass line, it sounds amazing. So I feel like in this band, the drums are rackety and loud, but they really fill in this space with this group as far as our depth and our tone. And yeah, it's cool. It's definitely unique. I can't really put a certain word to it. I would just say it's just a lot of classic rock and classic metal influence is what drives me right now.
I think I think a lot of people might not really understand what a drummer does for a band, though. You can have tremendous musicians who play really good together and have a mediocre drummer, and it really like the rest of the band is like brought down, and you have a really mediocre band. But if you've
100%.
got if the rest of the band is, I don't want to say mediocre, but like average, and you've got a great drummer behind, holy fuck, that like I think it really draws people in to go, okay, like this is what I need because that drum is the driving force. And not to take away from the bass, right? Because those two really have to be in fucking sync. If they're not in
Always.
sync, you're like, I I gotta, my mom's calling me, like, I gotta go. You know what I mean?
No, you're
That's
right
fucking
though. The rhythm section is extremely important, especially in metal music. And no matter what, like the rhythm has to be concrete.
Yeah.
It just has to be tight. It has to be the one thing everybody can fall back on. And the way I was taught to drum was, there's purpose to everything you do, and you keep the time. So when I
yeah.
first came into practices, I was like, I want to make sure that I'm keeping the solid time. They know where we're at in the music. They know that I know the music, so we can know when to change, when to elevate a song, when to bring down the dynamics, when to bring up the dynamics. Just things that help songs like Messiah and Value work is because we, as musicians, kind of all three have that understanding. Like we know when. It's hard to put words. Like some bands spend hours talking about it in interviews about the magic, or we just, for me, it's just like we just have an understood, not understood understanding that we're going to make this work. We're going to come together. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be good. And if we don't like it, we stop and discuss it. Like it's very mutual. There's no like he wrote most of these songs, but he gave us freedom to, like, if you feel like you can add something there or put a drum fill there or add a cool little lead, do it. And he's like, if it thinks it's going to elevate the game, that's what we're here to do. And that's another sign of great musicianship, is being able to have moments to, highlight yourself at one point in a song.
Well, the other side of that is putting that fucking ego away
Yeah.
to
Oh,
say,
hell yeah.
hey, you know what, this is my idea, but let's hear what you have because it could be better. Like, all right. I
Be
think that's,
coachable.
yeah,
Yes. Ooh, yes. Coachable is a great
That's
word.
especially, I've played in many bands. I've jammed with hundreds of musicians, and I've seen drummers get up and leave when they're told, you need to play something else right there. And I'm always like, okay, what? What do you hear right there? Should I change the cymbal? Should I change the beat? Should I slow it down? Or even, I might say to somebody, maybe we can change the riff there, or maybe we can change the tempo here. Like just little suggestions. And you try them out. And if it works, cool. If it's not, okay. Or even you might have a moment where you like it, but it just won't fit there. So we'll keep it for another song, and for all you know, it's a whole new song you just came up with, and you just wrote the beginning, or you wrote the bridge, or you can take small little things that don't work and piece them into other pieces of art you're working on. So
Doesn't working out. Later, maybe.
exactly.
yeah. Well, and that's a cool thing about writing is exactly that. Like, oh, well, this doesn't work with this song. Shit, it's gonna work with something somewhere.
Exactly. Exactly. We
100%,
do that all the time with songwriting. At least I do too with mine. I record riffs on my phone and I'll be like, okay, I'll say that for later. And then I'll play another one from like a week ago. I'm like, okay, that could be the bridge. That could be the first verse. That sounds like a good matchy riff. And just Frankenstein songs together with different ideas from past like moments when I've recorded little demos wherever I'm at.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The fucking Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I think it happens so much too. Uh, most people that I talk to that's what they do. They're like, "Oh yeah, well I had this fucking riff from 15 years ago that I wrote, like tucked away,
Yep.
and it was great for this bridge right here. So we're like, fuck it, throw it in there. Let's do that." So
I totally relate to that because yeah, there's still riffs that we're using from around the Bless or the Cursed EP that we're still sinking into new stuff from this era that sound good. I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty. That mixes in well. I love it. So it's a lot of stuff like that that I could definitely relate to, and it works. I love it. It's a good little functionable work process.
hell yeah, it is. So what do you guys want to happen with the band over the next like 12 months?
That's a good question.
Next year. We'll write new stuff and get another release going. We already said that. Like as soon as this EP is out, we want to be like, yay, we're gonna get back to the laboratory.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
Torn.
yeah, playing. Yeah, Sonolith and Psalm want to get together because we share the same studio. This is the same studio that Sonolith plays in right now. So yeah, if you want us both to come out to Kentucky, brother, we'll go. No hesitation. And
We'll make
Carlos's
it happen.
wife comes along with a lot of our shows, and she's great too. Eliza, shout out to you, girl. We appreciate you. We all like to come together. We all hang out together. We go to shows together, and we all get along. And if you want, we'll come out east again if we can make it happen. This Alex
Hell
has
yeah.
a new job going right now, so in a few months we'll know more. But definitely, man.
Did he leave Harley?
What's that?
Did he leave Harley?
I think so. Yeah, I think he got a new job, like a government job, and I think is what he said he was trying to apply for. And I think he did get. I think it's like Child Protective Services. I think is what he got the job with. So he's doing like a little college right now. So that's why after he's done with that college, he'll know more with his schedule. But yeah, we practice in the same place, and yeah, I mean, we all have like if we can turn the camera around, you just see mountains of amplifiers behind you. Because Alex had a storage unit, and then when we got the studio, he's like, "I'm gonna go to my storage unit," and I was like, "Okay," and I had no idea what he meant, and now I'm like, "Okay, I see."
It's at the Grand Canyon of amplifiers.
So, but yeah, man, we just play out of state more, write new tunes, and just keep elevating things. Honestly, man.
Because I think with writing new tunes, I think we have enough new material to even just record it and bring out an album.
We do right now.
There's a lot of material that we've been writing lately, and I feel like we're pretty much there. That we just need to record it. Honestly,
I agree.
Yeah. Get to it, man. What are you guys waiting on? Studio's free, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I wish.
Yeah, I think everyone does. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to the fucking studio and do whatever I want. Like, yeah, great. How much money are you spending? Hopefully not much.
And maintaining your stuff and double checking your stuff, making sure you have the right power outage and it could be a nightmare. So I went to audio school for a little while when I was 19, and I learned a lot about microphones and channel strips and audio boards and DAWs and plugins. And I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. I'm very glad I learned, and I have a basic knowledge. So like even when we were in the studio, I was asking the engineer, "Oh, is that an SSL channel strip you're using? Is that this cable and microphone combination? Is that this preamp?" And I know my basics, but the people who can dial it in and hear those subtle things, I'm too primal with just banging. I'm like, it sounds good. I'm beating it. It sounds perfect.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm the same way. Like they're like, oh, I changed this. I'm like, I don't fucking hear nothing, dude. I think it sounds great. Like, it sounds great. What?
Yep, 100%.
I don't fucking know. Whatever. So is the next one? Is that going to be like an LP, or are you guys planning on doing another EP?
I
think album.
Yeah, I think we're doing a full release.
He's done demos, EPs, LPs, so we're like, let's do a nice album, like a nice polished one, some sound design in there, more drums and instrumentation too. These guys own lots of guitars and different amped combos, and I think the guy we recorded with, we're probably gonna go back to him again because he was extreme. Like he did mostly punk rock.
Yep.
But we told him like what style of band we are, and he's like, oh, and he just named all these bands and these albums, and he already kind of knew. So he's like, do you want more of a classic or a modern sound, or like a mixture of both, man? And like it was just chill vibes all around, and he captured his vocals very good. He gave these guys 4 or 5 different amp heads and classic speakers to play out of. And
it was a great experience.
I think if we can go back and just get a little bit more juice out of that, we're going to get a really good release out of him again.
Yeah.
So I think we're probably just going to go back to Anaheim and record with that guy Colin again.
Yeah, shout out Colin
Yeah,
Knight, man.
Colin
His
Knight.
dog.
Oh man,
Oh, Scout.
Scout. He has a studio dog with him.
Man, it was a great experience.
Yeah, it was
man.
cool, man. We just hung out and just good vibes, and it's a nice big room with like a balcony, so they can put microphones up there for drums and stuff like that. So it was wonderful. So I think we'll definitely hone in our skills a little bit and let the busy months roll by, because after these slow months, because believe it or not, right now in Vegas it's slow. Believe it or not, a lot of people are not coming out to Vegas right now in the summer.
Who wants
People
to
are
be in
coming
the
out in the-
fucking desert in the summer, dude?
Yeah, exactly. But usually the casinos are busier, but right now it's quiet, and it's all going to be the fall and the football season and all that stuff that happens. So it'll get busy again soon, and we'll still be getting together. We have this 24-hour access to this place. We can come here whenever we want to practice.
You're gonna be cooking.
So yeah, and he said we're cooking, man.
That's fucking super cool. So I took my family a couple years ago. We went on a trip around the country, and like we threw the kids in the rented a fucking van. Everyone hopped in the van with a cooler with food, and we like did these little jumps. We'd drive for 8 or 9 hours, stay the night, do it again. We stayed our longest stays. We stayed a few days in Duck Creek.
Yep, Duck Creek,
Village.
Utah. I've been there.
Yep.
Beautiful.
That was super fucking cool. And then we went to Palm Springs, dude.
Nice.
And mind you, no, not nice. It was fucking July.
Oh,
Like, I'm like, man, this will be great. My cousin's like, oh, it's slow season, so we'll like block this time out for you. And I'm like, all right, kick ass. And we freaking get out there, and I'm like, it's 118 fucking degrees.
Oh,
Damn.
Like, what are we gonna do? Well, they got a pool. All right, cool. So we hop in the pool, and it's like a fucking warm bath.
I'm sure.
Whatever. It was good shit though. It was cool to like share that experience with the kids, to like show them things that they might never see again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's how I felt coming out to Kentucky. I never thought I'd be rolling through Kentucky a day in my life. Maybe if I got into the Kentucky Derby, went to go one day to see that, maybe. But going through Kentucky, it's a beautiful state, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool things out there. There's a lot of history to the state, and just being there was great. And I experiencing that as a musician is worth its weight in gold to me. I don't want to be paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play the drums. Making money is the goal for all professional musicians. But I'm not trying to be a rock star. I just want to play, travel, meet cool people like yourself, these guys. I don't think I would have met any of you if I wasn't drumming. So,
True.
and that's the way I feel about music. And, I think the positive attitude. I mean, it's a lot of negatives in this world right now, but that's when music needs to be needed the most. So,
Well, I think a lot of people don't really give credit enough to music. Like, to me, music is the great unifier. It like, you go to any fucking show let me rephrase that. Any show that I typically go to, when you go in there, nothing else fucking matters. You're all there for the band, and you can talk to the person next to you, and they have the same admiration for the band that you have, and it's like,
the people.
yep.
yeah, like none of the fucking religion, politics,
Yeah, it's all gone.
yeah, none of that shit fucking matters. And I wish we could get more people to like be on that train, get away from like, well, I'm liberal, or I'm conservative, or I'm Christian, or I'm whatever. Like, that is not your fucking, identity.
Yeah.
Like, it might be a part of it, but the reality is most of us are good fucking people. Most of us, I say.
Yeah.
That we just want to fucking live our lives, make our money, play our music, and do our thing.
Absolutely.
I agree.
100%. Hit the nail on the head, man. We need more people like you in this world, Tom.
Yeah, we do.
No, no, we don't. We don't. No, we don't need more people like me. I promise you that. So, Ian, when you guys were out here, you did have that day off, and what all did you guys do? You went and checked out some fucking distilleries.
Yeah, we went to Bullet and Buffalo Trace. That's where we went. That's where we spent most of our afternoon, and then we all got a little drunk, and then we drove into West Virginia. Just got closer to Maryland because that was the next goal. Is like we just need to get closer to Maryland, hang out, and we rolled into Charleston, West Virginia, ate some food. It's all right. West Virginia isn't awful, but it's old too. And we were like, all right, West Virginia. And then we woke up the next day and drove into Maryland and caught some really wicked bands and met up with Dave Benzotti and JB and all those people in Maryland. Shout out to all those guys too. They took great care of us. We had a great time. It was a great weekend of camaraderie and metal and, you know, meeting Kyle from Good Boy in person. Shout out to Kyle. We all appreciate Kyle very much right now. Great people. That's why we're talking right now. Yeah, it was great, dude. I think in general, just having that day off is great, and just doing it was great. And I'd love to do it again, but I mean, I know Maryland Doomfest is no more, but there's never say never. There's still lots of people I know out that way, and these guys, we can get in a car and do 19 hours. Don't worry.
The reality is like, although Maryland Doomfest is no more, there's so many other things going on. Like I texted Sage about Legalized Lex, which happens right around like 420 every year.
Hell yeah.
We're going into year 3, and year 1, great turnout. Year 2, even better turnout. I assume year 3 is going to be, you know, even bigger and better. So like, Braun, if you're watching this, I still want Sonolith to come play fucking Legalized Lex, dude. Like,
man. Come on.
We're down for that. We're gonna that's what we're gonna discuss tonight at rehearsal. So
oh, cool.
So
that'll be really fucking cool. So if we could figure something like that out to get you guys out here. Oh, there's also like Asheville Doomed and Stoned, and I think there's a Doomed and Stoned in like Toledo or something.
Yep, I read about that.
There's a lot of chances to get you know, both bands out this way.
Yes, please. If anything you hear, man, just send it our way, and we'll discuss it and crack down the books and the finances of it and see what we can do. And
we'll start packing the car.
Yeah, man, we'll make it happen. We definitely, because I mean, Sonolith, we worked hard to get our album out and tour and everything. And when I joined this band, I didn't join another Doom band to go, oh, I'm in 2 Doom bands. Like I said, I joined these guys because they're good musicians, and we all live very well together, and you know, we all cohesively get along. And it's not like he's my drummer. It's like, no, we play music because I love the drum, period, and I had the blessing to be in 2 sick bands, and we already all discussed playing together and touring together and hanging out. And
we even have like a marriage name.
Oh yeah. Brian Moy, a promoter out here at a show, said Sonolith. So we're like, we're going to do the Sonolith tour, and we're probably going to do a split one day.
Dude, if that is not the name of a split with a fucking matching t-shirt, I'm going to be upset.
Alex already discussed that too, that get half the Som cue and then the Sonolith cue.
That'd be fucking cool.
I'm going to get a new bass drum head for good. We're going to do it all. We're going to have both going.
That's going to be a great tour, man. I can see it already.
No, man, that's what we'd like to do. And it's like, these guys are wonderful musicians. They're professionals. They're getting better with, like, that's probably the one consensus I can say about bands in general. If you're in a band that when people see you the next month or the next week and they're like, oh, you sounded better than last time, that to me is a sign of a great band. And our last 3 live shows have been at almost the same venue in downtown Las Vegas. And we see a lot of the same familiar faces, which we love those people. We love all of them. But a lot of them have approached us and really, hey, you guys sounded better than the last time I saw you, which was like 6 months ago. Or, hey, I just saw you last March, and now I watched to see this. You guys sounded phenomenal. Like, and, you know, that's a sign of like, okay, we're on to something good. And that's why we put out the CP, and I contacted Kyle as soon as it was done. I was like, I think you should hear this. I feel this is special. Like, I'm always proud of what I put into work with music wise, but I was like, this to me has this a spark that's different. And he agreed. He's like, yeah, I hear something too, and I want to send it out to everybody. And yeah, so far we appreciate everybody who's done a write up for us and everything too. So this has been a cool period. This whole month has been great for us.
It's been amazing. It really has.
Oh yeah. That's good shit. It's always nice when you like put something out and you get a good response from people who are like, check this out, look at this, let's talk, whatever, you know?
Yes, man.
100%, man.
I think that's fucking, it's also hard for a band. Like sometimes I say like bands kind of plateau. So like you have to challenge yourself to be, hey, we're going to play another show. Let's do this thing that's going to change it a little bit so we can entice people, or, you know, just be better at fucking what are doing.
100%.
No, yeah. I
What?
remember we played a show with Mars Red Sky, and I remember that show, instead of starting our usual intro, me and Ian just went into like a little jam on the spot, and we oozed into like the intro gradually. And after the set, we're like, "What was that?" Like, I don't know.
That was because Carlos wasn't playing that show.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
play that show.
He had gotten into a car accident last August
Yeah.
and he fractured his ribs, was it? And
Listen,
his hand, but he was luckily able to play like 9 weeks later. He was fine, but he had to miss the Mars Red Sky show, and
Yeah.
we felt bad. And I honestly thought we were gonna drop it, but he's like, I contacted a guy and we're gonna play this set. And
Yeah, we got a bass player last minute to help us out.
Yeah.
And it went really well. I broke a string last song, but I mean, it was the last song, so we're like, hey, have a good night, you know?
Yeah,
And
we
it all
wanna-
worked out.
we want to be a unique group and have things going for us, and we have banners and we have a bass drum head, and we want to have a different. We're about to order some merch, obviously, for our show next month in August, and just kind of be there along the ranks with everybody else. So that's where we see ourselves, man.
Hell yeah, that's good shit. So I think it's really important that you guys didn't cancel that show. You found a workaround so you could still make it happen. We're
Still on the resume, 100%.
yeah, yeah. That's probably pretty cool to play with fucking Mars Red Sky.
They were good.
Oh, they're
They
amazing.
sounded good that night too. They had to dial in their sound really good at that venue, but they did good.
It was
Who were
beautiful.
they on tour
We played
with?
with a lot of great bands so far since their inception. Like their first gig was with Destroyer of Light and Sonolith. And then I joined them and we're playing with Mesa, we're playing with the Hippie Death Cult, we're playing with Weed Eater, we're playing
Shit.
fucking who else did we open for? Over Valley of the Sun, Pentagram. Yeah, we've been offered a lot of really awesome shows. Spirit Mother, we played with those guys.
Oh yeah, Spirit Mother was
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool bands we played with so far in our little over a year of gigging, and a lot of bands from that way in the Pacific Northwest, like, come up to Oregon, man. And we're like,
I want to go so bad.
yeah, it's another trip, because that was the first tour I did with Sonolith, was up to Rocky Mountain Riff Fest. Those guys in Wizard put on their festival up in Kalispell, Montana, every 420 weekend around the same time you do Legalized Legs. And yeah, that's something, that was a cool trip. But a lot of bands, a lot of stoner and psych metal comes out from that part of the country too, I've noticed. But
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of cool bands from Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, Maryland, DC area. There's a lot of cool bands right now. So I was cool to
There is a lot of really cool fucking music, and it's like, people always ask like, what's the best era to like live in music? And I'm like, the current era, because you have
Bingo.
everything from the fucking past and everything that's happening now. And it's so wild to think like some of the best bands are the bands that no one's fucking heard of.
No.
You're
True
like,
that.
listen to this, dude, that's so fucking good. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't know, but it's fucking good, you know?
Exactly, man.
Well, hey, man, I don't know if there was a time limit, but we're probably going to have to wrap this up, man.
Cool.
That's all good with you.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
All right.
I gotta go to bed anyway, dude. I've not slept in like 3 days.
Oh, get
So-
your sleep, Tom. We appreciate you staying up for us.
Sorry for keeping you up, man.
No, you didn't keep me up, but like, I thought I was gonna have to pick my son up from work tonight, but he called out. So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna do this interview and then I'm going to fucking bed.
Fuck yeah. Dude. Yeah, man. We appreciate you very much, Tom. Much
you.
love, dude.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
be in touch. We'll let you know about Legalized Lex. So,
For sure. Yeah, that's not mine, that's Braun's, but like
Okay.
I'm let me know what you say and I'm gonna keep pushing on him because I think you guys, dude, you guys had had a lot of love where you guys were at Portal. You'll have even more love at fucking Legalized. So
hell
we'll make
yeah,
some
man.
shit happen.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you very much.
Thank
Get
you
some
so
rest,
much,
Tom.
man.
Yeah, you guys
Look at
too.
it.
Have a good
See
night,
ya.
man. Be safe.
All right, peace out, man.
Later.